Oh no, man, are we gonna drift into boarding school stories tonight? Because that might happen. That might end up happening. I don't think Majo or like Itsubitsu have heard the boarding school stories. It's been over 10 years, but such to your parents? I mean, they sent me there. They knew it was an institution, like, place. But like, I sort of had ADHD as a kid. But it was mostly just them being crazy. My mom, mostly. Basically how it works is like some states like South Carolina and Utah have really, really lax child safety laws. And you can basically do whatever the fuck you... Oh no, not one of these. AAH doesn't exist, lol. It probably doesn't. You done? You done? That was a close one. No, it wasn't. Fuck you. But yeah, boarding school was fucking epic. Like, speedrunning is like sort of like boarding school to me, where like a bunch of mentally crazy people interact with each other, but also like really smart and interesting people do stuff. But okay, so it was like kids who had behavior issues, kids who did like drugs and got caught, and like kids who were like had Tourette's or like bipolar. I guess that's more like behavioral stuff too. Yeah, it wasn't like you know, kids like saying like I eat moonbeams and like they're fucking like actually off their rockers. No, it's like kids who are like, it was more like it was less hardcore than like the stuff in Utah, because Utah like literally like you can get injected with opioids at like any moment, like if a staff determines that you can are like starting to freak out. Anyway, dude, I have many boarding school stories. Holy fuck. Alright, so this place was called Cherokee Creek Boys School. It had a lot of this is gonna be awkward to do as I'm reading this right now. 10-foot, yeah. Dude, I want to work with developmentally disabled kids. Like, that is my dream career. Well, my dream career was engineering, but then, like, you know, I got OCD and that fucked up my math skills. But, you know. But, So, it had a lot of, like, Native American inspired shit. Like, there were, like, different paths you get, which are basically like rank and like how close you are to getting the fuck out of the place. Like, it was not even on the path. Then there was on the path, being a pathfinder, warrior, teacher, healer, and then in transition, which is really, really funny to me now. It's just coming to me right now about how it relates to trans stuff. But this was 2007, so like trans people didn't actually exist back then. Transition was pretty cool. You basically like hung out with like all the kids who were like sick of the shit and like who were basically hardened war veterans of the boarding school, and you got your own room and you got an Xbox. Kids with 30 IQ. Oh. Alright, well, I meant more like behavioral development disabled stuff. But so this place is in like South Carolina, like right on the Toccoa River, which is the border between South Carolina and Georgia. I don't think anybody knows that except me. I don't even know if this place is still around, honestly. They got last I heard they got in trouble for lying about being tax exempt. Tell me the story another time. Shit, dude. Alright, Twitch viewer. Damn it. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep going with this anyway, just so I like have a VOD for YouTube or something. I don't know. Alright, so there were 3 groups. There were the Kurihis, which I was in, because based off Kurihi Mountain, that's where the airborne Rangers used to train. There were the Red Hawks, because, you know, that sort of sounds like Native American stuff, and then the White Oaks. From what I gathered, the Kurihis were like the ADHD kids. I only realized this like later when I was able to look upon this place of retrospection. Retrospect? Whatever. Alright, but the Kurihis were like the ADHD kids, or like the kids who were just like smart asses to their parents, but who were also like dumb smart. Red Hawks were bipolar kids. That one was pretty obvious. Bipolar kids and the gay kids. And White Oaks were the drug kids. So, you know, I hang around with these kids. Like, so that was my environment. It's a lot like speedrunning. People who are like really dumb in certain aspects, but like stupid smart in other aspects. So they were all autistic. But like, yeah, no, Asperger's was still called Asperger's back then. So, yeah, good job, game. I'm barely even paying attention to what's going on in the game right now. So it's been over 10 years since I left this place. Oh, let's hit up the shop first. Bye bling. Let's get all of that. Whee! Asperger's equals autism. It is! But it's called ASD now, according to DSM-5. But, that's what I have right now. And gracefully, what does this combine with? Well, that's the best I can get with that. What was I saying? Yeah, so this was the environment. This was like my prison for like a year and I think 9 months. Keep in mind, I went to a wilderness program right before this. And wilderness is basically you get shoved into woods and you basically say survive as you do therapy. Sadly. Alright, sure, that'll work. And you can't do anything with those two. I don't have any new skills. What in the fuck? Your parents put me in the woods? Yeah, dude, have you not heard of wilderness programs? Like, from what I've gathered, like, every public high school had, like, 1 or 2 kids who just got sent to wilderness and then came back, like, a few months later. It's either for, like, they get sent there because they got caught doing drugs by rich parents. Or they, we'll do the wilderness stuff if you guys want to in just a little bit, but, like... Actually, no, we gotta start with the wilderness. Yeah, this is a saga. So, I'm like 13, 14 years old. When was this? I went to wilderness in 2006, right out of middle school. What even is the South? The South is a place where laws kind of exist, but not really. You will watch the VOD later? Alright. So this is the wilderness I get thrown into. Like, I don't know what the fuck this is. Like, I was basically just told, like, hey, you're going on a camping thing that's therapy based for a while, and I'm like, okay, cool, I guess I fucked up with my parents somehow. And I'm 14 and I don't really understand what's going on, so I mostly just like cry about it. So the first thing they have me do before I like even get put into the processing for the program is they strip search me, and they like make me spread my ass cavities apart because apparently they've had a real issue of people smuggling heroin needles and other shit in their buttholes. So that was very interesting. Like that started, and I was like, oh, what the fuck am I in for? So first night, they do something called tarping, which is we don't get tents, we get tarps, and we put those tarps up. Oh no, Shirokuma's gonna get fucked. Oh no, is this gonna be a thing in this game? I gotta protect Shirokuma? Monokuma Kawaii. Reminder, Kawaii and Kawaii sound like sort of similar to my ear, because I'm retarded. So we don't get tarps, or we don't get tents, we get tarps, and we gotta set them up between trees. And, that is our sleeping quarters. And we keep in mind, like, everything we own is in a backpack, and we constantly hike around. We're constantly changing campsites. We're doing, like, activities and other shit. So the staff sleep separately from the kids, obviously. You gonna extend that bridge? Hell yeah. Mujo, please hang around. This is gonna be epic. So I get tarped, and what being tarped is, they assume kids are gonna run away on the first night. So what they do is they put, they take away everyone's shoes at the middle of the night, by the way, so that nobody runs off during the middle of the night. So what they do is I sleep between two adults that I don't know who the fuck they are. And keep in mind, these guys are mostly stoner dudes or like river rafting dudes. Like the type of people who would work at these boarding schools are actually like kind of like stoner laid back people. Okay. Oh my god, Mujo. Alright, we're talking about... Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. The South doesn't really have laws. Mujo, we're talking about the boarding school I went to and the wilderness program I attended before I went to the boarding school. Yeah, no, it's sort of like Holes. That's actually pretty accurate. Holes is fairly accurate. It's a little less harsh than that, but like, it's still fairly accurate. Present here. Alright, so, getting tarped. They make you sleep underneath a tarp. And, like, in the middle of the night, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I'm really naive about this shit. Demons. And, where'd the present go? Or that was the present, I guess. Okay. I'm really naive about this shit, and I get up and I go out to pee, and then I slide back under the tarp, and nothing happens. So apparently, their ultimate security measure of getting tarp doesn't matter. So I'm hanging out in this group. This was called Second Nature. There was two big groups in the South that you get sent to. There's Second Nature. There's the kiddie version of Second Nature, which is what I got sent to, called Footsteps. And then there's Seuss, spelled S-E-U-S. And it stands for something, but I don't know what the fuck it stands for. Also, nice detection on where I was, you idiot. Actual rapes. Tarps of holes, yeah? Where am I even going right now? Fuck. I'm not paying attention to the game because I'm trying to do this. Okay, so, like, first few days, what happens is, nah, I guess I don't go this way. Or I do go this way, because there's a save point. But I would like to go the other way first. So, like, my first real day there, what they do is they take me to a doctor. This was the only time I got out of the whole wilderness program until, like, I actually literally left the place. they take me to the doctor and they just give me like a cocktail of antibiotics. Basically like the sort of vaccines you would get before you go to like crazy shit countries and or third world places. Because, you know, I'm going to be in the middle of the woods. I end up spending 71 days in the woods. But to start it off, there's a few kids I hang out with who are in my group. Violent Urge, let's see what that is. I'm not going to change any names because, like, I doubt these kids care or they're watching or, like, anyone's going to dox them from, like, 10 years ago. Max batteries +1, not bad. That's actually kind of good. But I don't use batteries. So there's Graham. He's really fucking bipolar and he routinely flips his shit. There's Ilion. He's for what I got from Ilion, I didn't keep in mind, like, you don't really talk to these kids about what's going on with them. Like, you sort of do, and there's like sort of a group therapy session you can do every now and then. But mostly it's like playing detective work and you pierce things together. Okay, so Monokuma is going to come out of this one. Owned. That's kind of an epic mechanic. So Ilion, like, he basically ran away from home to do drugs, and then he got caught by his family and came back here. And oh my god, what were the girls' names? Well, let me go keep going to the boys. James, he did cocaine. Dan, he was from San Francisco and he did shrooms. I always thought that was really funny. He did shrooms, weed. He basically did every drug that I'd know to man. What were they there for? ADHD and being an ass to my parents. And my parents were an ass to me too, so whatever. Like, I didn't do any drugs or shit. Like, I didn't run away from home. I didn't do anything. I was just, like, ADHD kid who, like, didn't like my parents. That was it. And I think it's been kind of justified and proven time and time again that I don't like my parents that much. And I have good reason to. So, plot to the series or something. Yeah, it's almost like I'm playing Danganronpa right now. Also known as Bullet Refutation. Also known as Bulletproof. Promise me one thing. When I'm going to tell you something. Alright. Nisa's incompetent, yeah? But, so what else is there going on in the wilderness? There's Sam. He was alcoholic as a kid. Sam was actually really cool. He was from the south like me. Like, a lot of these kids are shipped in from around the country. But, like, Sam was actually from the south, so we sort of bonded together. I wonder what that kid's up to these days. He's probably not a kid anymore. He's like, I think I was a year older than him. So he'd be 23 now. Jeez, I should probably hit him up sometime. I think I might have him on Facebook. Believe him, yeah. No, it's great. Like, honestly, like, my life story has been, like, I'm a little askew, but, like, I'm not nearly as askew as the people around me. Happily married in a country home. I don't know. I mean, like, let's be honest. All the kids who attended this were rich. They came from rich families, because, you know, I mean, you have to be rich to afford a program like this, unless it was, you know, state-sponsored. Which I think one of the kids might have been, it might have been Audrey, the other alcoholic kid. What else was there? Lauren, she just, like, was a chronic compulsive liar. to the point where like Peter Molyneux would be jealous. There's a really epic story about Lauren. So if it was your birthday, you got a cake, and you got to ask what cake you got. Usually it was like a shitty Publix cake or something like that, but like, you know, you'd get the flavor right, and like, we were in the middle of the woods, we had to cook our own meals. Getting a cake was fucking Christmas for us. It was the most epic shit. And the kid lied about her birthday, and then got caught lying about her birthday, and then she said, well, my parents are the ones lying about it. It was really epic. Anyway, back to Wilderness. What we did all day is we whittled. That's carving, for known to you, but like, they were super careful about who got knives. We carved, we wrote in journals, and we read books, and we hung out in the woods. Basically, there were times of the day where like they took our shoes and we were given a little sleeping mat, and like we couldn't leave that sleeping mat. What am I gonna do about the armored fuckers? I do that. Or I shoot this guy from the side. But God, like looking, this is the first time I've talked about this or seriously thought about this in like a year plus. Like, this stuff is super epic in retrospect. But like, at the time, it was really fucked up, but it was like fucked up in the way that where like you sort of just get used to it. We whittled. We had a therapist, Erica, who stopped by like once a week, and like she would talk to the kids. It was basically that, because that's what the program was for. It was for therapy. But like, she had a dog, and her dog, Lima, I think, was like a really cool black lab, and it was a puppy just as we got to the program. So, also I'm about to run out of brake bullets. This sucks. So I gotta watch the puppy grow up. That was fun. You just get more bullets. Shit. So, you know, we basically the day-to-day life is like doing camping activities, hiking. There's a fuck ton of hiking. Like, we have to change campgrounds about like once every 3 days, and like the hiking is very, very long. But also, like, we didn't read normal books. We read shit like Way of the Peaceful Warrior, Knight with the Rusty Armor, basically like kid therapy books. I remember one night they gave us portable like plastic cameras if we wanted to take photos, because like, yeah, let's commemorate all the journeys that we have in this fucked up therapy program. So what I did is I banged my there's an old kid trick. You can bang your camera, one of those cheap-ass cameras, on something, and it'll cause the flash to activate. So I was able to read books like that in the middle of the night, and like it eventually got to the point where they just took my camera from me, but that's another story. That's how games get forgotten. What else is there going on? Fall down at once. Be back in like 10 minutes? Okay. Don't see me. Good. So yeah. More stuff about boarding school, or not boarding school, but owned. One time Ilyon, because you know he ran away all the time, as that was why he was there. He tried to run away, and they literally call a fucking helicopter to get him. And that was one of those moments when I realized, huh, you know, this is actually like a program where people put money into this shit. Because like my interaction was like adults who like kind of care about being there, but not really. Oof. Hello, Ski Curious Teddy. We're talking about boarding school and wilderness program. You know, stuff you can probably relate to. Yeah, so they call a helicopter on him. One time a staff member got bitten by a snake. That was really fucking epic. Because they kept on, like, they were super professional about it too. Like, what they did is they got a pen and they marked how their wrists swelled up over time. Yeah, so go that way, but secrets are this way. So like, just after being bitten. Just after being bitten, their wrists swelled up a certain amount, and then like 5 minutes after that, they would mark that. Like, they were super professional about that until like the rescue van came for them. Ignoring it now is best. Nope. One shot. Makes also what? Yeah, a year and a half. Yeah, like Teddy fucking drove. I drove Teddy through the Clayton, Georgia, where this wilderness program was. Kicking my fucking ass again. Not bad, or not good. Yeah, C. In your face, kid. Oh, dude, I was joking, but like that's literally what my character ran up to do, just like to make fun of the kid. Good work, Brain Age. 100% though. Let's get that fucking present. What the fuck is this kids book stuff? This is epic. I'm kind of drifting away from the boarding school stuff, but what else was there? Besides like hiking about in wilderness a bunch, learning dirty words and dirty stories from people who were supposed to be running this thing. Went to all the time. Restaurant or store? Not really. Like, we ate in our meals like 99.9% of the time. We had McDonald's on the road once because we drove like 6 hours to get to like a campsite. That was really epic. Because that was like the first time any of us had a burger in months. And like, McDonald's is fucking terrible, but like, we loved it. Follow me. No, I don't want to. Let's switch over to boarding school. So I'm sort of running out of wilderness program stories. Like, this was so long ago that and I didn't keep a journal or anything, so like, there's nothing really to refresh my memory except like me thinking about this every few months. We went there every now and then, but like, it was once in a blue moon stuff. But like, the restaurant that you're thinking about, Mama G's, that was what I went to when I got out of the place. Like, I had a giant 2-pound burger. Good 3D model. Watch there be a corpse. A bunch of corpses. Oh, wow, everyone's safe, actually. So boarding school is fucking epic. Boarding school, you were in wilderness? Not bad. What else is there about boarding schools? I don't know. I kind of want to get off the subject now, partly, but like, my mind's just so scattered right now. Oh shit, that's right. Yeah, I remember you talking about that wilderness. I thought you meant like wilderness as like a kid. Oh hey, Mud Joe. Sounds like child abuse to me. These stories are epic. Please continue. Okay. You're just laying in there. So what am I even doing in here? Besides getting blocked by people? You look like a person I can talk to. You smoking a cigarette. You got big tits. Alright, save point.
Yeah, 君は新入りだね。
はい。爽やかに挨拶してる場合。
仕方ないじゃないか。遊び半分に人を殺すなんていくら子供だ。
許せない？だから反撃。
そう言うけど。
やっぱ。
君らは何なんだよ。
ああいうでも仕方。きっと自分の無力さを。そんってここ本当に誇りっぽ。ダメだよ。収まった。よかった。
Epic. Speedrun channel, not bad. Also not good.
ずいぶん若い奴らが入ってきたな。まさか子供。
当たり前じゃない。
まあ、白熊が連れてきた。
あなたも
ここの連中はみんな。もういいだろう。悪いが気分。
Some Sammy come back.
不愛想とクールを履き違えている天白夜様の罪ってダメよ。そんなの。
Epic. God, this game is epic. Alright, there was adult A and adult C. What about adult B? That's them over there. I'm just waiting for Mudjo to get back so I can continue his stories.
ひどい傷でしょ。けど白熊さんが
体を張って
白熊さんは私たちの恩人。彼の傷ついた体を見たで彼には。やめて。
深川さん、私は
Oh damn, that's epic. Alright, who's this person? Are you Mondo's sister?
はいよ。不愛想な女。悪かったね。こっちは地獄耳でね。あんたらもここのげんなりするから。げんなり。あんまり反りが合わなくてご不満なら、まあその通りなんだけど、私が一人でやれること。あんたの腕輪もそうなんだろ。あんたもまったく傑作だよ。このああ、確かなにきっと他できれば救い出してまさかここでは白熊以外の外出は禁止されてるけど、実際たまにそうやって外からタバコよく女の武器ってやつを使う。まあ大人になりたてのあんた、そういうわけだからここの連中を使って。はい。ああ、そうそう、私は葉隠ひろこだよ。バツイチで今は独身ね。苗木こまるです。葉隠とは意外ね。そっちのぶつくさいオッケー。なんでどうだっていいじゃない。適当なタイプね。
Is that Mondo's mom?
そうね。
Not bad, Teddy.
でも許せねえべ。は？なんてことだべ。
Not bad, Itsubitsu.
許せね